Hi, welcome to the EHR refresher training. Today's topics are going to be future dating orders, editing versus canceling and resending an order, changing your site settings, and then we're just going to revisit a couple quick topics, linking a note to an encounter and invalidating notes. So the first one, future dating orders. All scripts will allow you to put a future date on an order for labs, radiology. The labs will send out 14 days prior to when they're to be done, and radiology will send out immediately, but it will show up with that future date on it. So to put in a future dated order from your ACI window, whether it be a lab, radiology, like you normally do, select your diagnosis over to the left, but you'll notice at the very top in your ACI, there's a to be done field. You can type in the date that you want, or you can go to the calendar and pick that future date that you're looking for. So maybe you want it to be done in 6 months. So I can either change the year, I can skip ahead down at the bottom by month. So I want this patient to have their lab work done the beginning of December of 2019. So here's my to be done. Then I can go ahead and just select all of the labs that I want to be done on that date. So mine opened up because I'm missing some information, which works out though, because I want you to see that there's a to be done inside the window, so it carries forward for you. Let me just fill this in here. Now I can continue on and keep ordering, just keep checking off the labs that I want. And of course, they'll open if something's required. Now maybe I have a lab that I'm going to close out of here and start over for a second. So maybe I didn't put anything in here, and I just start by ordering my labs. When it comes in, it has today's date on it. I can change it from within here. So maybe you're placing a bunch of orders for today, and you have this one that you want to be done at a future date. I can come in and pick that future date for that one particular order, and it'll change it. And save and return, and then I can come back out, and the to be done here has not changed. So maybe I go and I place another order, and you'll see that that order went back to the July 24th. Now, if you forget to set the to be done for your future orders and you place a bunch of orders, it's all going to have the current date on it. You will have to go into each individual one and make that change. So I will come in, change the to be done date. It's easier if you do it first, set your to be done date, and then start placing your orders. You'll notice that it pulls that date for me. So again, this is to do your future dated orders. You want to just fill in the to be done field, whether it be when you're first setting up to place your order or from within each individual order. So I'm going to start fresh because I want you to see from the beginning again. So I'm going to just going to type in the date, and then I'm going to place my order. Yeah, let's do something that's easy. And now yours won't obviously always open up, but mine, because I didn't set my field, which is fine. All right, so then when I say okay, and I come back out, you'll notice in my orders window, here's my orders. They're still in pink. I'm going to leave them in pink so they stand out a little bit for you. And you see that the date is that October 2019 date. That's because I used that to be done field. So that's all you have to do to place your future dated orders. Remember, the labs will send out 14 days in advance of that date, and radiology will go immediately, but it will have that future date on it so that they can tell when it's to be done. Now the next topic is still in the orders. We have editing versus canceling and resending. So say you placed an order and you realize that something was missing, or for whatever reason you need to correct something in it. You need to enter it in error, so right click on it mark it entered in error, and place that order again. If you just go in and make a change, it does not resend to the lab, so they will never know that you've made a change to it. So entering it in error will take it out, and then you will then go and place the new order because it does not automatically send. All right, next is your settings over here on the left-hand side in your vertical toolbar. If you are changing locations, you need to change your location here so that your printers, the print defaults for prescriptions, orders, those are set in the back end. So when you place an order and a requisition automatically prints, you have to change your site settings so that you have the correct printers. So right now I'm set to Pediatrics Plainville. I see it right here at the top. And then also down here at the very bottom, right next to the user, you can see your site as well. So just come in and pick the correct site that you want. You can double click on it or highlight it and go down to the bottom and select site. So now when I go to print something, it's going to print to the default printers for cardiology in Glastonbury. There's also a search field, so I can narrow it down. So maybe I picked the wrong Glastonbury. I wanted the one at 289 Western Boulevard. And there it is. All right, so our last two things is linking a note to your encounter and invalidating a note. So say I have this note right here and it's dated for April 24th, but I realize that that's not the right appointment date. So if I go in and I edit my note, oops, we're going to delete unsaved here because we don't want to actually send those out to the labs. They will get very angry with me. And let me pull my note over. So up in the top right corner, we see the appointment. So I have the wrong appointment attached to this note. So I'm going to go to the magnifying glass. Are you sure you want to change the encounter? I'm going to say yes. And it's going to open up and show me all of the other encounters that I can attach it to. So maybe it's supposed to be attached to today. So I could come in, select today. You'll notice now that it changes up at the top. Save and close. When I look at my encounters again, it is now attached to July 24th, 2019. So that's just how you change the linked note to an encounter. Now, if you needed to get rid of a note, if I double click on my note, down at the very bottom, all I have to do is view it. I have the ability to invalidate. So from here, I'm just going to invalidate and it's going to get rid of that note for me. Now be careful. Some of the notes do create consult letters. They might be under a different section. You have consult letters or patient summary letters that are created, and those will also need to be invalidated if you're invalidating your provider's note, and then their note automatically creates those additional notes. So you'll just find that where it is, what section it is. Again, you're going to double click and invalidate that one as well. That's all you've got to do. So that's invalidating a note. So just to recap, we went over future dating orders. Remember, you've got the to be done field right in the ACI window. Editing versus canceling an order. So you want to make sure you enter an order in error if you're going to make any changes to it so that it will resend. Just editing it does not resend it to the labs or radiology. And then changing your site settings. You want to make sure you change them based on what location you're in so that you have the correct default printers. And then the last two were linking a note to an encounter and invalidating your notes. Those are two things that are real easy for any user to do. But if you have any questions, please give us a call at EHR extension 9801. Thanks and have a great day.